Whoa, now I'm your boy Lambo Drew, and you are now tuned into another edition of the Leverage Show. I'm telling you what, you do not want to miss tonight. It's getting ready to be a great night. I'm excited. I got some amazing friends getting ready to hit the show tonight with you guys. Well, you guys all know, man, it's JJC, man. My guy, Julie and Jeremiah. I say my guy and my girl, Julie and Jeremiah. Definitely hitting the stage. Excited about this one. Make sure you guys are tapped in and are sharing this wonderful broadcast because it's about to go down. Y'all know Lambo going to talk a little minute. If I was at the Core 4 event, they'll be going on ahead, man, and try to get Lambo off the stage at this point already, man. But shout out to it because Lambo owns this whole show. And you know I'm going to always bring this energy to you guys and making sure that we deliver this. So listen, we got a few minutes. Lambo going to run his mouth. Y'all might as well sit tight, get the algorithm to going, make sure you guys are sharing this and get the people to come on. So yes, I'm excited, man. Listen, I want to know, man, how was everybody's weekend out there? I want to know how everybody's weekend was. I'm excited because, you know, my weekend this week was a great weekend. Unfortunately, you know, and I'm going to tell y'all this to Lambo, and I'm going to put all this in y'all face. Lambo was actually taking care of his back this weekend. I was actually feet propped up, man, most of the time, man. And I'm actually, man, was recuperating because my back had wound up going out last week. So shout out for all of y'all for the prayers, the concerns, and everything else. Even after Thursday night show, shout out to my guy, Don, the credit guard, for coming out here, man, and really showing love, man, right here on the Leverage Show and making some moves for us and really dropping some game. That was high-level boss game last week. Make sure you guys go on ahead, man, over there, man, and show love, man, to my guy, Don, the credit guard as well. Now, Don, we had to talk about him and his him and all the game that he dropped because he was dropping serious game after serious game and really was excited about that. But at the same time, like I tell everybody, right, I said, I'm excited that you guys get a chance to see the artists, get a chance to see what they're talking about, get a chance to see kind of behind the scenes what they're doing. That was his second time coming to the show. And a lot of you guys were saying, Lambo, you know, you was hitting me up. Lambo, we really wish we could have heard more. You know, things were going in and out. He was in the middle of like Wi-Fi service and all that. Hey, that is honestly truth. He was in the middle of Wi-Fi service. I don't know where he was at, but we were thankful for the time that we did get together with him. But as you guys know, you guys got a chance to hear my guy, Don, talk about his journey, but also talking about meeting with JJC last week. That was one for the show. And if you guys missed that, I don't know if you guys were on the same planet that we were on, but it was definitely a great show last week. A lot of laughs in between that. Shout out to my guy, Don, for making a lot of laughs. Only high-level bosses can make us laugh like that. So he definitely did his thing, and I'm excited to make sure that we go on ahead and keep that video moving right. Listen, I'm going to get in the chats. I'm going to talk with you guys because I'm excited to get this show on the road, and especially with this wonderful couple. You guys know, and you guys, if you guys see my social media or anything, you guys know that Julie and Jeremiah is dear to Lambo's heart. I mean, they're dear to Lambo's heart. JJC, what they have been to Lambo has just been none short of amazing, right? You know, I can talk so much about other people and other people from a distance, but getting a chance to know them even more and knowing them up close has been amazing to me. You know, I tell this to anybody, right? You know, my trust level with people, right, is only but so far. They literally blew that trust level out of the water with Lambo. For the last 7 months, really 8, because we can go back, you know, till December, right? When I got a chance to really go ahead and even see them and look them face to face. They didn't know that I was looking at them over in the corner, right, sitting next to Vaughn, because I'm like, they got unlimited freedom. Who's the couple next to Vaughn, you know? And it was this wonderful couple, JJC. They were actually sitting ahead of me, you know, because we all kind of sat in the back of the room. And shout out to Brandon Adams and Core 4 and all the guys that was there at the Core 4 event for putting on a special event. That event actually made a lot of lifetime connections from that one event, and we're so thankful from that. Because of that, JJC was actually able to go ahead and meet up with Lambo, not that weekend, but literally a short time after. And I'm telling you what, we have been connected at the hip since then. They have been just an amazing couple. Me getting a chance to know their journey, hear their story, hear their triumphs, and hear their tribulations, and hear their downfalls, and hear their upbringings has blessed Lambo to a whole different level. That literally my wife, as well as Julie, are great friends to this day. Like, we're all keeping in contact with each other and sending us jokes and everything else. And me and J-Dog, that's my pinky partner. I'm sorry. That's my dog right there. I can't even say it anymore. We literally got a bond down there in Miami that literally has blessed us and afforded us this opportunity to be as brothers, man, as we can possibly be. And I'm telling you what, it has been a blessing, and I've been fortunate enough to actually get to know them one-on-one and more as we go each and every single week. And I'm telling you, every single week is not weeks that we're sitting up here running around and we're thrilled about. We have a lot of good laughs, and we have a lot of good pounding on the tables, because things, just life, they don't always go your way. But just because of that, that's what makes us even more connected and literally intertwined at the hip even more. So JJC is getting ready to come on in a minute. I'm going to get into the chats just a little bit, and we'll definitely bring them to the show. I'm excited about this one. LA Lost is in the building, man. Happy Tuesday. I hope all is well. Let's go, Team Crafton. You already know LA Law and Ahmad. I truly thank God for them. They are killing the game and doing some amazing things. I love, man, what LA Law and Ahmad is bringing to them. If you guys don't know, I'm telling you right now, they are the dopest social media team that is out there that is killing the game. But they do so much even outside of social media. I'm trying to tell y'all this right now. If you want to get connected with them, make sure you guys are hitting Lambo up. Get that number at the bottom of the screen. I'll make sure that it's there, 612-547-8826. And if you want somebody to help level you up and help bring your face and your brand and your message a lot more clearer to you, you definitely want to be tapped into with them as well. 612-547-8826. Make sure you guys are leveling up with them. Thank you, LA Law, for you definitely grabbing that top spot. You already know. I know you was coming with it. My cousin Errol is in the building. What's up, Leverage Show family? Appreciate you, cuz. I see you in the building, man. Always showing love each and every episode, man. We love what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Happy terrific Taco Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. Hey, yes. That's my LeBron James version of Taco Tuesday. So y'all definitely be excited about that, man. Definitely. We had tacos earlier. It's funny that he was saying that. That is funny, man. My kids, every Tuesday, they're bringing out tacos. So we had tacos earlier and stuff like that. So shout out to you for that. My cousin ever said, hi, Mr. Johnson, LA Law, Julie, Jeremiah, showing love. LA Law showing love right back to my cuz. You already know, man. My wonderful wife is in the building. Hello, everyone. Welcome, Team Crafton. I know you guys are on 50 right now. Yes, they are, man. Make sure you guys are on 50 doing their thing. Let me tell y'all something. It was Julie's birthday, and I want you guys to wish Julie a very special happy birthday as she comes to the show over this weekend. And we got a chance Sunday to go on ahead and just to go ahead and mess with them and kind of pick with them just a little bit. Beautiful time. And I'm tell y'all this right now. Y'all put the 50 in a chat. Like, we putting 50-cent dime pieces. Or put like a half a dollar or whatever. Put 50 in the chats for Julie and Jeremiah. Like, that's their slogan. Like, literally, that's a 50 piece. So make sure y'all putting it in the chat. You don't even have to type happy birthday. Just hit 50 in the chat because you already know what time it is. They are definitely killing it. And you already know. Look, my wife gave her that wink and that eye. So you already know what that 50 piece is. Shout out to my wonderful wife. You're doing her thing out here. You know what time it is. Kennard Haiti is in the building. I know he was going to be in the building. Listen, YouTube algorithm, some things ain't changed. Kennard, I actually seen your comment the moment the video was dropped. I seen what you wrote. Trust me, Ken, you already know. I know how YouTube works. There's certain times like you have to, when you write stuff, you get a certain time before, and then it's deleted, right? So I've had people, man, the moment that I drop the clip and it's ready to load, all of a sudden people are going to the wall, they're writing, and then guess what? Right before the show, maybe a couple of hours before the show, they delete that, but I see it because I'm the one watching it when it actually does drop. So Ken, shout out to you for that. Shout out to you for getting this video out for everybody. You really don't know, man, Ken. I really appreciate what you are doing and who you are and everything that you bring to the show. You are amazing, Ken Haney. Shout out to you. Ken was there as well for the Core 4 event in December, and where he got a chance to meet this awesome couple, Julie and Jeremiah, back in December at the Core 4 event. But now, as of recently, has definitely caught the eye and been getting on some wonderful schedules with them and really being able to connect one-on-one with them. And that's what we love. Appreciate you, my guy, Kennard Haney, man. Let's rock. Love you, brother. Let's keep doing what we do. Ken says, shout out to you, LA Law. Always showing love to LA Law. You already know that. LA Law showing love to my wonderful wifey. Shout out to you for that, baby. Thank you for that. LA Law showing love to Kennard Haney. Good to see you. The YouTube algorithm is horrible. Yes, it is what it is. You know I seen we all dropped there, so it is what it is. But Lambo knows where y'all was at. Kennard Haney said, what's up, Lambo? Do what you do and knock this out of the park, man. I can't do it no other way but to continue to knock this out of the park, because we have two other people who are coming up who are going to knock this out of the park, and you're going to be winning for that. My guy, Big Ahmad, is in the building. I'm sorry. I know when the team is in the building, man, we're having a great time. It's getting ready to be fire. It's getting ready to believe. Thank you for the fire emojis, man. Really appreciate all you're doing. I told y'all, you want the best, holla at Lambo, because Ahmad and LA Law are killing the game. Really appreciate you, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep motivating us. If you guys are not following Ahmad, please go to his page at Ahmad J. Grant. I think it's Ahmad J. Grant on Instagram. Go follow him. Go look at his daily post that he always is putting on the story. And he's doing some amazing things, man. Appreciate you, cuz. Let's make this thing happen, Big Ahmad. My guy Ryan is in the building. Degenerate Passive Income. Ryan is in the house. Make sure you guys are doing like and subscribing to my guy Ryan's page. His YouTube page is killing it. Degenerate Passive Income. I mean, just an amazing man. I love the opportunity that Bruno X is here and when he's producing with Bruno X and everything else that comes with it. Really appreciate you. I'm telling you, he's dropping some serious game and he's calling some people out because we had some platforms that went out over this weekend. They got a platform actually just went down today. Shout out to was that Trade Like Crazy is having some withdrawal problems. Boy, I'm trying to tell y'all, this crypto space is getting dangerous out here. Elevated went out last week, and there was another one that's in big high drawdown right now, and we're hoping the very best for that. And you guys know that. I don't want to call it out till I know everything is already done, but we already know it's in high drawdown right now, and hopefully people can recover, man. So shout out to my guy, Degenerate Passive Income. Thank you, man, for stopping in. You already know. Keep showing love, man. Ken says, man, kudos to your consistency and your faithfulness, LA Law, man. She's always doing her thing, man, out there killing it. Hello, Arrow, man. LA Law showing love to Ahmad and Degenerate Passive Income. Tell them good to see you. LA Law showing love to Thanks, Kennard. Good to see you, man. Fro is in the building. Hello, Fro, with the wonderful Dunny Bucks and all of that stuff. Is that a duck with a smile or whatever? Whatever it is, I love to see that as a duck waving at Lambo. I'm thinking of seeing things at this point. We got to get this right. Kennard Haney says, knock it out of the park, JJC Unlimited. I told y'all, he loves y'all, man. And I love my guy, Ken Haney, doing what he does. Energy unmatched, man, by far. I love everybody. I love everybody, man. You guys are tuning in. You guys are commenting. You guys are dropping some stuff. I love what you guys are doing, man. A lot of stuff. Ken says, thanks, LA Law, man, showing love. Ahmad says, LA Law is vibey in here. Yeah, it is, baby. The vibe is here, Ahmad. You already know. It's going down, man. LA Law says, man, hi, Fro. Good to see you. Showing love to Fro. Ken showing love to Mrs. Johnson. LA Law and LA Law showing love to Ken. LA Law showing love to Ahmad for sure, and letting them know for sure, Ahmad, it definitely is lit. Fro is in the building. Yes, there is. Man, the comments is going in. Y'all getting Lambo almost tongue-tied over here, man. Shout out to y'all for that. Hello, Leverage Show family. Ken is showing love. Ahmad said, let's go. LA Law said, appreciate it, Lambo. We appreciate you guys. Issa is in the building. Where you been at, Issa? We got to put an APB out on you, man. Nah, Issa, I know you're here every week, brother. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Happy Tuesday, Issa. Good to see your face, man. It's on this problem. Say hello to our first timer, our friend, Mr. Sean Shellstad, here for the first time. I hope I said that right. Shellstad. Did I say that right? Shellstad? Shellstad? I hope it is. I hope it is right. But I'm going to just say shout out to you, Sean S. You already know. We got to go ahead. I'm not trying to jack nobody's name up or anything like that, but we are excited for you, Sean, for you jumping on here and showing us some love, man, right here on The Leverage Show, man. Issa saying, I hope your day is going full of blessings. Yes, it is. LA Law showing love to Issa. Good to see you. LA Law showing love. Welcome, Sean. Welcome, man. Our first-time visitors. Thank you, Sean, for you joining this program, man. I'm telling you, it's going to be a beautiful time. Just wait and see. Issa showing love to LA Law. Good to see you. Shout out to Ahmad. Yes, man. Ken showing love to Ahmad. Happy belated birthday. Put that 50-piece in there. 50-piece in there for the birthday for Julie. Shout out to you. Thank you, Ahmad. Always showing love. Ahmad says, shout out to you, Kennard, man, in the building. I'm loving this. Issa showing love to Mrs. Johnson. Ken showing love. 50 is the new 30. I just turned 60, which is the new 40. I'm not even gonna go there. That's, you said it out of your mouth. He said it. It's on. So hey, 50 the new 30. You hear that, JJC? This is good. Lambo having too much fun, man. LA Law, good to see you, LA Law, with 50. She put the 50 in there with the wonderful, yeah, put that 50 in there with that, man. Hi, Sir Errol. Hello, Brother Ken. Hi, Fro. Good to see you, man. PC is in the building. Shout out to my sisters in the building, man. The 50 piece is real, man, right here. I'm sorry, y'all. Issa showing love, man, the PC, man. LA Law showing love to PC as well, man. My wonderful wife is saying, hey, Sean, welcome. Welcome to the Leverage Show family. I see LA Law. We truly thank y'all. My wife showing love to P, man. Ken showing love to Lambo, man. We love you too, brother. Mod showing, hey, you already know what time it is, man. He getting into it. Brother, I see blessings to you and your family. Ken say 50, 50, 50. Lord, Lord, Lord. Woo, boy, Lambo got to go ahead and wipe my head with that one, boy. 4 50s in a row. I love this, y'all. Ahmad J. Grant, I will follow you back too. Yes, please go follow my guy, man, on IG at Ahmad J. Grant, at Ahmad J. Grant. He will definitely follow you back. I'm telling you, killing the game. Him and LA Law, truly, I am so thankful for those two, more than what you know. Keep showing love to Ahmad. Thank you, Ahmad, man. Hey, my Ro. Peace showing love to Ro, man. Peace showing love to IC, LA Law, Ken. LA Law said, let's go, man. We are on it. Ken says, shout out to you. Degenerate Passive Income. Shout out to PC Smith. IC, Ken, Fro, PC Smith, Ahmad. We're about to have a wonderful show tonight. Yes, we are. Stad. Shout out to you. Stad. Gotcha. Stad. He called him so Sean Stad. That a Sean Sell Stad. Sean Stad. I got you. Shout out to you, man, in the building, man. Blue Sky. Oh, my God. In the building. Shout out to you, Blue Sky. Happy Tuesday. Good to see you in the building. You know what time it is, man. Thank you for always showing your presence because we're going to definitely need it tonight. We've been missing your pinship. I had Kennard Haney on the last one, but saying, yo, where Blue Sky at, Lambo? Like, we got to put an APB out on Blue Sky. You already know. LA Law showing love to Blue Sky. Good to see you. You already know. Ken say he is laughing, and you said it right. He and I are texting. Good. Shout out to you, Ken, and shout out to you, Sean. Thank you that I got it right. You already know I got to sound stuff out because if not, I jack it all up, man. Blue Sky showing love to Ken Haney. You already know Ken Haney's laughing down stop. Errol showing love to Blue Sky in the building. You already know. My cousin said 50. Man, put that 50 piece up. Julie gonna get that 50 piece. You already know what time it is, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. Blue Sky showing love to Mrs. Johnson. Love that. Blue Sky showing love to Errol in the building. Ken says, Blue Sky, who loves you, lady? Hey, that's almost like my guy. I got BA would always say, hey, who loves you? You know, I'll tell. You know, we're having too much fun. God does, and I do too. Great to see you. I love the energy. You guys are so amazing, man. I'm telling you, just to see this energy here. My wonderful wife showing love to Blue Sky, man. You already know what time it is, man. In the building. Blue Sky say, Lambo, Drew, appreciate you, Blue. Thank you. You know what time it is out here. Blue Sky with a wonderful gesture, man, out here to IC and the Fro. Ken says you got a new IG follower, Ahmad. Make sure y'all go follow Ahmad J. Grant. I'm trying to tell y'all what they do right now. Ken is showing love with the wonderful smiling faces. You already know, laughing down. Thank you. My God, that's 20 minutes right there. I would have been done just right there at Core 4. They would have had the mic. I told y'all my roll calls be 20 minutes. So they was yanking me from the stage back in December for 20 minutes, and they try to, no, you can't do that to Lambo. Please don't do that to Lambo. Listen, without further ado, that was a long roll call, y'all. Y'all don't even know. I got to go get a drink after this one. Let me make sure we got something in here. Hold on. Now we good. Without further ado, I want to bring to you guys to the stage. I can talk about this couple again, over and over and over again. But a couple who has really, really, really meant the world to Lambo, meant the world to my family, meant the world to my friends, and people are getting connected. But means the world to you guys, your Leverage Show family. Like, you see them in the chat. You see Julie Crafton, Jeremiah Crafton. You see them in the chats, always engaging with everybody, showing some serious love. I got a chance to know them on a personal basis. I got a chance to fly out, go sit in their crib, go meet the entire family. Shout out to Mom Dukes. I know that you're watching. I know you're watching Lambo. You better be watching Lambo tonight. I'm putting a shout out to you, Mama Dukes. So you already know. I got to put a shout out to you. Got to put a shout out to even Randy. Shout out to Randy. You know, I mean, he's the bodyguard for them as well. But doing some amazing things, man, with this wonderful family. Got a chance to really do a photo shoot. Got a chance to sit down in their house and relax and get some wonderful cheesecakes and all this stuff made. But we've been excited about bringing them to the show. They, by far, have been one of the most consistent couples I've been around. They've been consistent in the business, consistent in life, consistent on how they deal with people on an everyday interaction. I've been fortunate and blessed to laugh, to joke, to cry, to get mad, to be in shoutouts with them. You know, in some of the rooms, it goes down, but to also to know and to call them friends. Listen, we are privileged to bring to the show the first time Julie and Jeremiah Crafton, JJC Unlimited, and JJC Automation. Welcome to the Leverage Show, y'all. What's up?
Hello.
How y'all doing out here tonight?
Introductions. I just don't. Oh my gosh. We love hanging out with you and Miss Renata. It's always fantastic. Always fantastic.
But we always end up with headaches afterwards.
Because we're laughing so hard.
Well, that's a good thing. I want y'all to go on ahead and be out there, man. Have headaches, be smiling till your jaws hurt and all that good stuff. That's when we know we have done our thing, man. Y'all welcome into the show. Put it right there in the chats, man. Show love to JJC, this wonderful couple who is killing the game. Y'all name has been buzzing around the entire markets and social medias out here. Y'all in turned around and y'all in went shot a podcast. Well, shout out to my guy Bandman Kevo. Shot a wonderful podcast with Bandman, and literally it's been on fire. I've actually had the opportunity to talk with other people, and they have been saying, "Hey, we got a chance to see this couple that was on Bandman. Lambo, do you know them?" And I'm sitting there laughing when I get around these other people. I'm like, "Yeah, I know them. They're pretty cool people. What you think?" "Oh man, one of the best. They're amazing." And I literally get a chance to sit down and observe all of the compliments coming from their end because they got a chance to watch you guys, not knowing that I get a chance, and I'm fortunate to be blessed in you guys' lives every day. So shout out to you guys for actually lighting the waves up, man, today. Thank y'all. Thank y'all again.
You're going to make Jeremiah blush.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, he better not blush. We're going to go on ahead. Look, we pinky partners now. I will make sure and stuff like that we get you right, man.
We're past that point.
Yeah.
All right, we better be past that point. Ain't no blushing around here now, all right? We're going to make sure that we get it right, but I want to see y'all laughing. I want to see y'all enjoying yourself. We're going to have a great show tonight. But listen, everybody, I really want to introduce JJC to you guys. Tell the people about you guys and how you guys actually got started on your journey and where you guys are at today.
Well, we came from different rows, I guess what you could say. So we always laugh because he was an employee of mine at one point in time. So he was my CFO, but I had already fired 4 ones previous to him because, you know, we were doing 30, 35 million a year, all in e-commerce. And I couldn't get anybody to understand what small businesses was about, like how to function and how cash flow works. And, you got inventory, but not too much inventory, and the inventory turns. And I mean, each square foot of that warehouse, was a big piece. And he got it. He got it. He got it. And a couple years in, I don't know, he was kind of fun. So he was fun to hang
What
out
can I
with.
say, Lambo?
Yeah, he grew on me. He grew on me.
You had hots for him, in other words. I know what it was. You fired 4 of them, and you looked at J-Dog like, hey, so you want to step up? Because they wasn't man enough.
Yeah. Yeah, he honestly was one of the first CFOs that could see outside of the lines, right?
Yeah.
So all of them, you have credits and you have debits, and that's all that they see. And he was the first one that really understood and saw the bigger picture, and that's difficult.
Yeah.
That's really difficult to find in a really good, strong CFO. And so that's what he did. But before that, he had been doing private label e-commerce on his own. He had done a lot of that.
Oh, IT, warehousing.
Yeah. So when I was working for someone, we were running, I don't know, there was close to 25 stores, just all for the one company. There was multiple companies, but under that one umbrella. And in 2019, we decided to go out on our own. We said, you know what, we made a lot of money for one person. Why not make a lot of money for a lot of people? So it's kind of the difference between, fishing with a single rod or getting your net out and casting it wide. So I've been very blessed.
So it was funny when we decided to do it on our own. So she kept working. And so she says, all right, now's the time to do it on our own. So I'm starting this whole thing from scratch, and I'm going up to, at the very beginning, we we're going to different stores and going through clearance sections and figuring out what we could do with how to make a profit. So we have our phone out, scanning items, seeing what they sell for, seeing how much profit we can make. So she'd come home from work and she'd be at the store with me. We'd look like crazy people in an aisle, buying things. Then we'd bring it home, and our whole living room was full of product that we had to package up and sell.
Yeah, that was for about a year. And then we ended up traveling for a few clients, and we then built a warehouse on some property that we owned. And we grew out of that warehouse and moved to where we're currently at, bought another warehouse that was 3 times as big as what our other one was. So it's moving.
No, it's moving big. You guys are moving in really, like, I want to hear more about this love story though. Hold on. I gotta bring y'all back a little bit, because you said something and I'm hearing all of this other stuff. And I'm like, well, man, I want to hear this love story. Like, look, Ahmad is in it like the perfect love story. You're 100% right. Let me know, when was the moment like you knew for a fact, like, I'm interested in her, she's interested in me. Where are we going with this? And then what do? Do we go to this next level? I take you to the movies. Was it a restaurant? Tell me about that first date that you guys actually encountered.
Go ahead.
First date. Huh. I don't even remember what the first one.
Yeah, see, there you go.
It was a while ago.
He threatened me. He says, I'm going to take you to Costco for our first date. And I was like, no.
Lambo, you get free samples. You don't got to pay much.
We're not playing in Costco for this. Okay. I like to shop there, but that's not where I go on a date. No, it was.
I think we went on a trip.
Yeah, we went to Vegas. So.
Y'all went to Vegas together? This is the first date going to Vegas?
I guess says we don't gamble either.
No, we don't. That's the funny part. No, it was sort of a business trip too, but he didn't have to go with me. But so I still maintain like all of my manufacturers and distributors and things like that. But I had a non-compete, so I couldn't, in a certain niche, like not obviously in the e-commerce space, but in a certain niche. So I had to kind of stay away a little bit, but I still kept all of those relations and kept them really well, because relationships are everything, right? So if you got networking is your net worth, it's the same thing, manufacturing. And so I used to travel a lot all around the world, and I used to travel a ton. I don't do as much anymore, but Jeremiah never really got out very often. Like, I think you went to Ohio and Florida.
Yeah, There's only a couple states
that he'd ever been to before.
And I don't even think it was Florida. I met Lambo in Florida, so
That's
Florida
right.
was the
That's
first
right.
time.
Yep. 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 And that was his first time going to DC. He's been to California. We drove through every state from Michigan to California after
Straight
we flew back
through.
and forth a couple of times. Yeah. So no, it was in Vegas. It was probably, I don't know, a year and a half, because you got to be careful. Like when we were in the corporate world, and so you have to be, you have to be professional. You have to make sure everything and make sure the owners knew and things like that, because they wanted to be, transparent about the situation. But no, it was just, I don't know, it just kind of happened, and it was very natural. Like it was like we were together the whole time. The first time I met his parents, they told me, they said, "I feel like you've been in the family forever," and I'm like, "Me too, me too." I did. So
this is like fireworks that just went off. Y'all got on that plane, went down to Vegas, say, "Hey, baby, I'm single, you single, baby." I've been watching you. You do know that, right? I can see J Dog now. I've been watching you, girl. You know that, right? I know what your position. Listen, I don't want to overstep mine, but I'm loving what I'm seeing. And they hear that to come back from Vegas, and then all of a sudden things are clicking in your head, and you're like, "Could I spend my lifetime with this person?"
yeah,
And boom, it takes off.
you gotta think about stuff, and you're not a child anymore. And we have 4 children together, but I have 2 boys. He has a boy and a girl, and together we have 4. But they're all grown. They're all, we have a grandson and a granddaughter.
I do not want to hear that. Y'all look so young to be saying.
I don't admit to that part.
He won't.
Yeah.
Grandpa Jay.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It's good.
No, what it sounds like is like things happen in life, right, that are set to bring people in destiny together, right? And then you sit back, you hear these stories, and you're just like, "Oh my God, this was amazing to see you guys working together." And then all of a sudden, you guys say, "No, we really want to do life together."
Yeah.
That's an amazing story that only God can go ahead and do for you guys' life. And that's what we love, you JJC. Like, I'm killing. I'm looking at all the comments, y'all. Y'all can see it right now. They lighting y'all up right now. Look at this. Look, I can't even lie to y'all. Look at this. Shout out to I see you, Big Deloach in the building and stuff like that, man. My guy, you already know, man. Hi, Anthony. Good to see you. My baby saying JJC. Look at all of this with the hearts. Issa with all of the hearts. Look at this. LA Law with the hearts, man, as well. LA Law, good to see you as well. Anthony showing some fire. You already know, man, what time it is, man. Big Ann SOK. I love it, man. Perfect love story. It definitely is. That's what we really want to see like that and hear from you guys out here. So let me guess. We go back from this point, right?
Yeah.
We go from Vegas. We turn around. You guys make this commitment and said, "You know what? I really want to say I do. I really want to go ahead and allow this journey to go forward with you." Not only that, you guys are successful already in business, and then decide to say, not only want to take a leap of faith with you for marriage, but I also want to do business with you. How was that, being able to jump into marriage and doing business together as well?
It fit pretty good because she's got her roles. She does most of the talking for us for the sales, customer service. I'm usually the guy behind the scenes, which is fine because our roles, we mesh together good. And she's got her roles, I got mine, and it's like we've talked before. I think we've told you, we can be in the same place or in different buildings, and we don't talk to each other at the end of the day a lot of times.
Yeah, but we're both very driven, and that was the only thing. Like, are we too driven? Are we too independent? Are we too, and then to come together? But it definitely has made us a lot stronger and more powerful. I think as a company for us that we own, and as a couple too.
Yeah. Not only has it made you guys as a couple, like I look at your outreach, because it can be very difficult, right? When you're bridging families together. But then when God like weaves something together, like that it's meant to be. And that's what you love. I hate to say this, and I always say this. I said, sometimes, man, in life, we take directions and we get to a crossroad. And God was just saying, "Hey, I led you to this crossroad just so that there is a bridge to connect one life to another life. And it looks like you guys may have been in that crossroad, like, hey, I tried this thing before. It didn't work out. I don't know if it's going to work out. And you're not looking for love, and then boom, it hits you. And then when it hits you, you're like, wow, and was it that easy? Like, really?
It actually was. That was the weird part. Like, it wasn't difficult. There wasn't, like any big fights. There wasn't his house, my house, our stuff, his stuff, whatever. It actually clicked really, really well. And our parents got along. Before my father passed away a couple years ago now, but they knew each other. My mom and his parents hang out really, really well together. So it's really meshes well, and everybody, like, we have the foundation. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, I didn't do it right the first time, so how do I get it right this time? So it's really having that foundation of God and say, okay, what do I believe in as a person? What does he believe in as a person? So what can we believe in as a couple? And we carry that through to our business too, and make sure that we're doing the best we can, being as diligent as we can, but making sure the only difference is always trying to make sure that we keep time for ourselves, because that's probably the
That is
hardest part.
difficult. It is.
That's the really
That's
hard.
something that you've helped us with, as far as, you need to take time out for yourself, and because you're just grinding all day.
Yeah.
Yep.
So talk to us about that, because since we're on the love story, I mean, so many people you got to hear so many other different things. I want to let you guys know, what do you guys do to keep that flame lit? What do you guys sit back, watch movies, look at stores with each other, compare you guys' footprints or your toenails or your fingernails? What do you guys do to keep this flyer lit? Talk to us.
So a lot of times, and it's just simple things. At the end of the day, we'll like in Michigan right now, it's nice weather, so we'll go out and sit and just talk, and for an hour or so.
He'll throw me in the pool one or twice.
Okay.
No. Yeah. But we always combine a lot, because of our business and what we do. And so if we're traveling for our business, we take, get to see what the world has to offer. I mean, every state, every town has a beautiful part in it. Mm-hmm. I grew up with, like, my father was a builder, but then they owned a restaurant. So I love food and doing different stuff like that. And he could go days without eating if I'd let him, I swear. He really could. But getting him to, like, creep out of that comfort zone a little bit and to move forward. And
it's funny because people say, where'd you go on vacation last? And we have to think we've never been on vacation. We go on business trips, but we don't go on vacation.
Yeah.
Well, they're intermingled.
Yeah, they do intermingle like that,
Yeah.
And not just that, I want to say something about y'all. Like, so I got a chance to be around them. And this wonderful couple, when I'm telling you this right now, when I'm telling you, he has eyes for her, she's got eyes for him, and they're locked in, y'all. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this thing right here, you can go ahead, man, and get electrocuted. You go ahead and put your finger on one of them. It just shock you. It is a beautiful thing, and it's a real thing. It's not the thing that we most see in life that people are trying to force together or just trying to be together because of X, Y, and Z. It's genuine, but it's a God thing. And that's the thing that I love about the two, about them. I want to take you guys back. I know we're going to go off script from what I actually talked about today, but I want to go off script just a little bit. I want to go off script because I want people to know, before we get to business and you start making everything, that there was a grounding and a common thing that you guys actually said that really drew you guys together besides the love, and that was your love for God. Could you guys explain to us a little bit, what was that moment that it was in your life that you guys said, you know what, I need a relationship with God so I can go further, and this would actually expound on your walk and everything that you guys are doing today? Let the people know about that, because you guys got some amazing testimonies. And I think that the people need to go ahead and hear it. I'll let J-Dog go first, and I'll go ahead and let Julie pick up right after that.
So mine was, I've always believed in God and all that. And Julie has a strong Baptist background.
Yeah.
It was, I don't claim to know everything about, about the Bible and all that, but I've been reading it a lot, and I read it daily now. But it's questions that I have, and she would answer it. And she has such a passion for it that it would create passion in me to want to learn more and to better myself. So it's made me stronger and made me a lot more appreciative of God and what he does for us.
Amen. Amen. Now, let's look at that, Julie. You're just like, wow, Julie, you know this from your Baptist background. Like, that's an amazing. So now you're teaching him so many amazing things and sharing his love journey together. How was that energy of seeing Jeremiah draw off of you with the wisdom and the guidance that you actually came up with in your life?
It's like, I always joke because I'm not a teacher, right? I'm not a babysitter. I've never lost a child, but I sure as heck don't do well at babysitting.
Yeah.
But it was challenging because I grew up, in a church. I grew up in a strong Baptist family. My father, sang in the choir, and he was a big guy. Like, he was a builder. He was wild game hunter. Like, that was, rough and tumble dude. But he had a soft side, and that is one of the best things that you can see in a man, is to see that, they can be that strength and that foundation, but then they have that soft side. And I never envisioned myself to know a lot, but he would challenge me. And it was things that I knew, things that I heard growing up, and that I remembered going to church every Sundays and Bible studies and all of that. But as an adult, I never really put it into my life. I grew up with it. So you kind of, I don't know, you take it for granted. And when he started challenging me a little bit, I'm like, wait a minute, I have to know how I feel, not just necessarily how I was raised or what I believe, and that I can prove in the Bible and share with him. But everybody has gone through bad times, and there's lots of people that have gone through worse times than what we have. I know. But at the same time, I know what got me through mine. I know what helped me get through those darkest nights. I know what gave me the strength and the hope to put one foot in front of the other and open that door and head out into the world on a daily basis. Yeah. The industry that I worked in at a corporate level was a boys' world, right? And so you have to kind of figure out how to navigate through that world without losing who you are, but also not just playing the part. And I refused. And maybe it's the stubbornness, but I refused. But Jeremiah was really wanting to know, and I'm like, I can help you with that. I can show you with that. This is what I believe, and this is why I believe it, and here's where it says. And he's like, you have no idea, what the difference that you've made. And I don't, because he's very strong. He's my foundation. Like, I could be this flighty thing out in the whole wide world, and he's what keeps me grounded every day. But I'm more fearless in some things, and maybe it's naivety, but no, it was, I don't know. There's nothing more passionate than showing somebody what you believe, and then it challenges you to confirm that belief, verify what you read in that Bible, and you do believe it, because it's the faith. It's what you don't see. It's what you can't touch, but it's what believe, and you take for granted at sometimes, and you gotta be careful about that. But it's there, and it's huge. It's a massive part of our life.
Yeah.
You get that Lambo bell for that. You just lit that thing up. I just had to just hear that thing coming from y'all. That's what this thing is about. We hear so much of the success, and we can talk about success so many different ways. But it's those pivotal moments like that intertwine what makes you who you guys are. So when the world and everybody else presents it, they receive you every day, they don't know exactly what it is the foundation that literally sustains your marriage, sustains your mind, sustains your relationship, sustains your family, so that you guys can be productive every day. And I think that's what we needed to hear, because there are so many people, man, they're trying to do things, they're trying to move without God, and God not be the center of it. But you guys are saying, man, this was our center, and this is how we got started. This is how we keep ourselves grounded. That doesn't mean everything comes out your mouth going to be from out of the Bible. Some things come out your mouth. You want to go ahead, man, and send people and everything, man, on the face of the earth. But hey, it is what it is. That's the part of it that makes us all human. But that's the part of it that makes you guys relatable and real. And that's the part I love about JJC. You know, we can go so far deep into that, but there's a whole nother podcast that people can watch that's getting ready to drop. Shout out to my guy, Jeff the Entrepreneur, that they're going to talk about some amazing trials and tribulations that they went through and how they overcame it. You guys do not want to miss that. So keep a hold on to. Now, I don't want to go ahead that. I just wanted to be right here and talk about their love story and exactly why they're building their love story to where they're actually going. All right, so now we get all of this gushy stuff and all of this affectionate stuff and all of this love stuff. And now we got to go into business by ourselves. How was that transitioning and saying, hey, we need to leave the company. Now we're going in by ourselves. Do we really believe that we can do this? We've scaled this at this level. Can we do it at ourselves at our next level to help other people? Talk to us about that.
So I can say we had a strong belief that we could do it, but we were scared at the very beginning. So it was, you know, when you're going from both people are having full-time income and, you know, working 40, 50, 60, 70 hours a week. And that's pretty guaranteed money coming in. And then when you got to turn that off and you're now working for yourself, you think, well, a lot of people think when I'm an entrepreneur, I'm not going to have to work that hard. Anyone that's successful works their tail off. That's an entrepreneur.
Yes.
So, you're putting in sometimes sleepless nights and it's not easy. There's a lot of great times and sometimes there's not so good days. So.
But it's also, I mean, it's nothing new. I mean, that was what the funny part is it never felt like I left because we're doing, I think, the same things that we're doing, but we're doing it better because you learn from your past, you learn from things that you could have improved upon and you're doing it better this time. And it's not even a lot of things, but it's just decisions that even though I ran the company, there was still things, I still had a boss. I still had somebody I had to answer to and be an employer. But at the same time, it's different when it's your money on the line too versus somebody else's. And that's the funny part. I'm more careful with everybody else's money sometimes than I'm on my own, right? Because I want to make sure that they're doing well. I need to know and be confident that they're getting that return on that because they've trusted us to be there for them. But like Jeremiah said, that was the scary time is this is our money. This is our savings that we have. This is, the income that we have. And again, he had great connections and I always laugh. He's my guy behind the curtain because he does all the work and I just talk about it. That's all I do. But it's yeah.
Oh, you talk about him all right. You talk about him, man. You talk about him. She smiles, and it's a beautiful thing. And when I see that, I'm like, man, is this always like this? And it is. Like, I know them in and out, you guys. So I'm just telling y'all this right now. Not all the way like Jeremiah knows in and out, but I know him in and out. Okay, we're gonna keep it like that. That's J-Dog. J-Dog. Handle your 50 piece. But other than that, it's amazing experience because they are who they are and they bought talents from a company to actually being able to bet on themselves and thrive in the business, but actually to white glove it for others. Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you something. Was that something that when you guys decided to get into business, we really wanted to provide that service? Or was that something that the white glove service just kind of came with it?
No, not at all. Two things. I grew up in customer service because I was a waitress. But before I could be a waitress, I had to do dishes. I had to bus tables. I had to, mop the floors and clean the bathrooms. There was no nepotism in my parents' restaurant. Like that was a no.
Yeah.
They have 5 children. I'm the youngest out of 5. And you can ask my older brothers and sisters and they'll be like, oh, she was the favorite. No, I had to work the hardest. They just got caught a lot more than I did. But,
love it.
But that was the thing. Like besides the restaurant, there was my mom had a catering business too. And so she did weddings. And that is one of the biggest things that's lacking in this world is people who it is not, it's serving others, but it's serving others to make them happy because that's your job to do it. It is not a shame. I bartended and waitressed and did that for years, paid myself through college doing that. And it was not a shame. Like I wasn't ashamed of what I did. You work hard and you earn that money. And we made really, really good money because you could anticipate what somebody needed or wanted before they knew that they needed or wanted it. Yeah. And that's my passion behind what I do. And whether, I don't care what industry that's in, I think customer service should always be in there.
Yeah.
And Jeremiah always laughs at me. He's like, really? And I'm like, listen,
Yeah.
this is what I do for a living. Like, you can talk to computers and do your little pivot tables and algorithms and all this data chewing, but I can take care of people. And that's what I love to do. So no, it was never going to be not a part of the business. And like I said, no matter what industry it was.
But
Yeah.
you know, the thing is, Lambo, with as far as the customer service portion of it, clients know that we care because we don't have somebody else talking to them. It's us talking to them. Well, mostly truly, but it's, you know, they can tell we care. It's,
Yeah.
you know, talking to them, understanding, you know, what their goals and what they're trying to do, and they want to know about us. And, you know, it's a friendship also.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, and speaking of business, I mean, I just think that's your personality, who you guys are away from business. All you guys did was just transition that to business and are successful because of that right now. Has there been any times in the business where you guys may have thought that, hey, is this way too much more than what we bargained for? Did we jump into this way over our heads? And let us know about that feeling of how that felt.
Yes. I think everybody goes through that. It depends on the day and what you're going through, you know, but that's the challenge. That's what makes you better. That's what makes you, you know, successful, is figuring out, what do I have to do to get over this hurdle?
Yeah.
You know, it's because this is your show. I know I can say this.
Yeah.
It's also, you know, sitting down and taking the time and saying, God, I need something right now, and to get yourself refreshed, because we impose our limiting beliefs on ourselves, and he doesn't have any. And it's that faith that can push you through any door wall, brick wall, stone wall, cement wall, or whatever. That's what can push you through, because if everything was easy, then everybody would do it.
Yeah.
Life isn't easy, and we're not promised easy. We're promised the pursuit of happiness, but we're not promised happiness.
Yeah.
So you have to go out and earn it for yourself.
Boy, you get that Lambo bell for that. Goodness gracious. Go ahead, Baptist girl. Breathe. No, I love that, because I think that people need to hear this real side. They think that success just happens to fall out of the sky. You guys are successful. I mean, you guys are helping so many people, and they see all of this stuff and they start to think inside of their head, has it always been that easy? You know, talk to us about some of the challenging days in the business when you guys actually see it, and how do you deal with it right now, being this late in the game that you guys are in and all this success behind you guys?
So a lot of times right now, what's odd about our relationship in a way is, if she's having a bad day, usually I'm on the other side, or if I'm having a bad day, she's not.
Yeah.
It's never usually both at the same time.
Oh Lord, no, please don't.
So the benefit is, you know, I'm the impatient one between the two of us.
Yeah.
And so she'll calm me down about something, as far as, you know, if something's not working right, she'll tell me to sit back, walk away from the computer or whatever. But she'll calm me down, and I very rarely do things rattle her, but when they do, I have a way of just talking to her and making her.
No, he makes fun of me. That's what he does. He makes and because you like, if you're going to be that foolish, then I have to laugh. Like, I can't not. Like, you have to. Yes, you do. He'll be across the hall, and he'll send me a text, and he'll be like, "You gonna get my water sometime today?" And I'll be like, "I just got off the phone with customs. I know dang well you can hear me, and you want to tell me what?"
And then I'll get the water thrown at me.
Well, you know, I want to go ahead and speak on an experience that Lambo had. I remember one time that I'm sitting down in a meeting, and it's me, Julie, and another partner that's on the phone. Jeremiah is in the background, right? He's nowhere near to be on camera or to be visible. And at this point, if you ever get into a meeting with Lambo, it can get intense, right? But I know ways to make sure that we stay on track. And in this meeting, I remember that there was a customer not providing the service that they actually wanted you guys to be provided for. J-Dog is in there like, hey, Lambo, you're going to have to do some talking. I don't care if you got to be on here, you got to do some talking because I can't go ahead and do the talking. And Lambo's doing the talking. And we had a very, very, very great understanding between me and Julie. We're able to bounce stuff off of each other to be able to get the issue resolved. So I've seen it firsthand of how it actually works when somebody may be lagging on their end. And then the other one, the stronger one, is there to say, no, don't worry about it. You just sit tight. I got this. And you guys work amazing together for that. Thank you guys for actually showing that side to Lambo, because Lambo needs to see that side. So that where we all know if stuff ever hits the fan, who to go to. Okay, are you in a good headspace? Are you in a good headspace? Let me know, because it really presents and speaks in volumes about you guys. And I thank you guys for that, man.
Business is business, and it's not easy, and you're going to incur problems. Like, I can sell you the dream, and that's what you should be focusing on and thinking on. But at the end of the day, we're providing solutions, and that's all there is. Because there's outside things and people and companies that play in any business that you're in. You're talking about crypto. There's people that they're pulling those strings outside of our touch, our grasp, and our eyesight that you can't see, but you have to be able to solve those problems. For our business, I've got government on one side. If we're importing products, we've got marketplaces that, can make bad calls or wrong, make mistakes. We have distributors, manufacturers, manufacturing delay. If there's a national holiday in a different country, I have to be aware of it because that's going to cause a delay in the shipment that's coming in. Yeah. And if that's, that can cause these problems, but there's always a solution. Yeah. And so I'm going to offer as many solutions as I can. I'll tell you which one that I like. At the end of the day, the client will be like, okay, well, here it is. Because what's it going to do to get mad and just say, well, this is da-da-da.
Yeah.
It happens. Yeah. It's life. And I wish I could take as much away if I could, but I can't. But I'm going to try to solve every one that's out there because that's all that there is. If you run into a problem, you have to attack it and solve it, not just sit there and complain about the problem.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. That's what we're called in life to do. And I always say that all the time on a broadcast. You are an answer looking for a problem, not a problem looking for an answer.
Yep.
Right? And you have to be willing to solve these problems. What has made you guys' niche so good in the arena that you guys are in is your ability to problem solve, right? Yeah. And be able to turn things around in a good way, right? And one of the great things that I heard you guys say, even on the interview, right? Amazon, and we want to talk about this e-commerce space in its entirety. They have an actual high rate of returns, right? And I guess when people actually have a return to go back, the return is counted as a loss or whatever, where you guys found a system that actually flips that and are able to go be profitable from those returns. Tell the people a little bit about this e-commerce side like this.
So I told you my husband was smart, right?
Yes.
Well, he loves to do coding. He loves to do all that fun stuff. He has an accounting, master's in accounting, but he hates to do bookwork. Isn't that funny?
Yeah. Not J-Dog. I don't even want to hear that.
But
it's too boring. It's boring for me.
It is. Yeah. Literally, you have debits and credits. But no, so he developed a coding so that when our receiving department brings products in, obviously the products are labeled. So you've got whose products going where and whatever. There's tickets inside the boxes for when they're returned to tell us. We scan it because it's a barcode. As soon as we scan it, that SKU then converts easily to an open box. Because the only thing that comes back to our warehouse for our clients are open boxes, which means that Amazon or Walmart can't sell them. And eBay doesn't get inventory and they don't deal with returns because they don't have warehouses. But so they can't sell them. So we have to sell them as an open box. So most of the time returns are just literally counted as a loss. And so with us being able to instantaneously list it as an open box using that information based off the SKU and the barcode that it's scanned, it lists it within, 2 minutes and for sale in the appropriate store for the appropriate client as an open box listing. So it takes the information from the new, changes it to open box, not used, but open box. And
if it's sellable, if it's damaged,
if it's missing or damaged, obviously we can't make that up. So then we send it back to the distributor or manufacturer to try to get a credit. If we can't get a credit, then we do a donation and the client gets a tag for the donation.
So let me get this in layman's terms, right?
Mhm.
So you guys have actually, and maybe you guys can stop me if I'm wrong. You guys have actually solved the problem where a lot of people in their stores in Amazon have been actually missing out cash flow and money on,
Mhm.
and probably would have got a deficit than actually being able to prosper, right?
Well, right, because returns used to be just a cost of goodness or
Cost of
cost of
goods.
goods.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Mhm.
Instead of, I mean, I'm not saying returns is going to be profitable, but you're not going to lose. You're going to definitely get at least your inventory cost back when you sell it as open goods, right?
Right.
There's a lot of people. So I mean, I don't know how much you're into like the market, right? So when you look at the United States market, a lot of our, let's say, secondary, third machinery, specifically anything used, just think of that, anything used, there's another market out there for it, right? So think about it. There's flea markets, there's swap markets, there's garage sales, there's all these $2, $3, $5, wholesale stores that have popped up all over because they're dealing with returns. If you let Amazon dispose of those returns, and I say Amazon because it's the biggest, right?
Yeah.
If you let Amazon dispose of those returns, do you think that they throw them away? No, they do not throw
Oh,
them away. They
right.
sell them to the highest bidder. They package them on pallets and put the pretty shiny thing on the outside that somebody's going to bid on, and the highest bidder wins the pallet. So they don't lose, and that's 100% profit for Amazon. 100%. So if you don't take possession back, but a lot of online or e-commerce sellers don't have a warehouse to do that with, and if you're paying a third party warehouse like a 3PL or 4PL to handle it for you, it would cost you so much in labor, and for that cost it wouldn't be profitable. But now I don't sit here and store products for our clients, right, long term, but we receive it in, it's going to go out the door, we're breaking down a container or we're shipping a container, so we're loading it, or it's just going to different stores, whatever that looks like. So we have that in our system built because, again, it's a service that we can offer our clients. So why not?
I was shocked to learn that a lot of Amazon sellers don't get the returns back. They don't, because they don't, like she was saying, they don't have a spot for them, so they will just have Amazon discard them.
Yep.
So they're just eating that whole cost.
Wow. So is that one of the main reasons why so many stores, and especially a few years ago when the craze was everything was e-commerce, 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 and people were opening up stores and then but they were not profitable in the store. Is that one of the main reasons is because of those, or is it a lot of other different factors outside of that?
That's a
Yeah.
big factor, but there's a lot of factors.
Yeah,
into it.
there is a lot of factors. So
Go through those factors with us because we want to hear them.
absolutely. So if they're not efficient in getting good costs with distributors, right? So I hate paying full price for anything. I don't care if it's clothes, jewelry, whatever it is, products to sell. I hate paying full price for it, and I always have.
Yeah.
And so how do you negotiate that down? I mean, you need to make sure that that distributor, that manufacturer is getting what they need. So you need to find out what they need. Are they looking for money up front? Are they looking for terms? Are they looking for a certain quantity that you buy? I want free freight when you ship it to me too. So you have to think about all these things that factor into it. And when you're going to get a cost from somebody, that better be a cost out the door,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I need to know, and everything that goes into it. I don't want to have taxes added on because number one, you shouldn't pay taxes, but I don't want to have shipping and handling fees. I don't want to have all these additional
You
things
shouldn't
that
pay
are adding
taxes
it
on
up.
when you buy from the distributor.
Yes, yeah. But it's amazing that you don't think about that. So that's huge. And if you don't get in right with that distributor, you're not going to do it. If you don't know how to talk to that distributor, or if you have a VA that's sending out bulk emails to everybody, every brand that they can find, that's not going to do it because they get them every day.
Yeah.
So you got to be different. I go and see them. I go to the shows. I spend the time. You do the due diligence to make, an impression. This is business.
Yeah.
That's a huge one. Secondary, if you don't have your systems in place so that when tracking goes out, it immediately gets to the customer. If you've got orders that are going back and forth, any of that internal communication part of the operations piece of it, if that's not systemic and it doesn't flow, it's going to cost you a lot of money. You're going to sit there and just be a data processor all day. That's a really big issue. Back in during COVID, there was a lot of people that were selling like from off of Alibaba and selling it onto Amazon, or doing Home Depot and selling it onto Walmart, whatever that is. And there's a lot of applications that will do that for you. Number one, it's wrong and it's against terms of service and you shouldn't do it. Number two, for those marketplaces, right? For these three. And number two, you're really trading dollars because unless it's completely automated where you don't have to do a dang thing, you're
Yeah.
going to lose money because the profit margin is so small. And because you're not making a real connection, it's not going to be scalable. I mean, you're going to think that you're doing it, but you're just creating cash flow. You're not actually creating profit.
Yeah.
And that's a really big one. Returns, shipping is another one. If you don't know what kind of boxes to put things into, how to wrap your products, if they're arriving damaged, you lose a lot of money with that. If you're not labeling it properly. Okay, I've ran warehouses before, but this man, he's a tyrant when it comes to putting products and shipping them and getting them labeled properly.
Taking pictures of that.
He has an entire SOP just simply dedicated to each client has a folder, and each shipment that goes out, they have pictures in it besides the shipment docs, besides the bill of lading, all of that. Because what if shipments gets lost? What if it doesn't get received in? What if Amazon receives it to another store because you didn't label it properly? Who is going to fit that bill? We would be responsible for that bill. And I don't want to sit here and be like, I don't know what happened to your $30,000. No,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's not a fun. I would not want to have that conversation. No.
But it's also like lessons, going through all that stuff, the lessons that you learn by seeing how other 3PLs handle things. And, if they lose your product, most of the time you're just screwed. So if you paid $30,000 for some product and they made a mistake, a lot of times you're just out $30,000.
Right. They don't have any liability. So you have to be held, you have to be accountable for that, for your sake and for your client's sake. And those are huge things, huge.
So another big factor is too many Amazon sellers on a listing. So if you have a listing that has, 40 different Amazon sellers on it. So a lot of people don't notice when you're looking at an Amazon listing that there could be, 30 different people selling that product. So when you get a lot of people selling a product, it's usually everybody wants sales. So what they're going to try to do is lower that price. So then you end up not having,
you're racing to the bottom. Yeah, you're absolutely racing to the bottom.
So is that something where, so say if an investor who is out here who's looking at you guys for the first time, and they're saying to themselves, like, man, I really want to go ahead and invest in what you guys are doing. Like everything you guys are saying, I really like it. Is that what makes it more comfortable for when investors come to you guys and say, you know what, I really want to go ahead and start an Amazon store. I really want to get in. I really want to be profitable, but I don't want to catch the bad end of the deal where I'm not making any profit. Is that where this expertise comes in at, and you guys can assure, like, hey, yeah, we can assure you, we're going to make sure we get you guys profitable and actually get everything off for you guys.
We do. And I always am very transparent with what our average is for clients. And that's not always the same. And so it's not like I can go out here and I have a crystal ball, because not every single profit and not every single product is profitable, right? Mm-hmm. One of the values that our distributors and manufacturers have with coming to us and allowing that exclusivity for us is because I'm going to publish their whole catalog. I'm not just going to cherry pick for the products that, oh, this one sells really well, I only want this one. No, that's not good for them. They spent time and energy and money to develop all these products. Somebody's going to need them. It doesn't cost you anything to list them. We're going to price it at a price that I'm going to, make profit off of. We know what your fees are. We know what Amazon charges to be a marketplace. We know what the software that we utilize and what these costs are. We know that after $10,000, you have to have liability insurance on your store. We know all these things, right? And so when we do the calculations, that percentage, because I have a guy that made me a Google sheet that I just literally have to drop it into. And
who did that? Was that J-Dog that did that?
No, I mean, he makes it so simple. Like I used to have to do these calculations in my head years ago. So no, I mean, you can't, you have to. And it's not one by one. Obviously, you're looking at lots and lots of data. But at the end of the day, we're not doing anything different. We're not reinventing the wheel, but I'm also not sitting out here and trying to create buzzwords for a new way to sell e-commerce. Yeah. E-commerce has been around for centuries. I should say commerce has, not e-commerce, but it's the same thing. You just have to do it well, do it right, and produce the results that you should be producing. Yeah. And so we're not middlemaning it and upcharging products, or we're not trying to do this, that, the other thing. You get the product cost at what you get the product cost. It doesn't go through us. We don't, there's not a little, upcharge and fees inside of there. It is direct cost. Here's what we're selling it for. And we maintain that because not every single product is the same. But out overall, I can tell you we can average this. I can tell you that it'll top out here. It's not to say that some products won't do better than others. They absolutely do. So after your store gets running for like 3 months, I'm going to scrape that data out of there and I'm going to know which products we want to do bulk buys on. Because if I can go back to that distributor manufacturer and say 30% of my inventory spend I want to do on these products and get a better cost for them because I'm going to buy a bigger quantity, where do you think your profit's going to go? It's going to go up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go up.
So for that, is that just Amazon that you guys like, that's the niche, or does that work for other e-commerce stores as well?
No. So our specialty is Amazon, Walmart, and eBay. And then we do Shopify, and we also run both sides, meaning that we do vendor central and seller central. Because people, if they come to you and they have a problem, it's the same situation. You're working with the same people. So why not leverage what you can do?
So in that regard, like I say, if somebody wanted to say, hey, I hear you guys talk about Amazon. So it's just not just Amazon, it's as well as Shopify, it's as well as Walmart, it's as well as eBay as well. Somebody can actually get invested in all of that with you guys?
Well, why not? So let me ask you this, Lambo. If somebody gave you your paycheck every single Friday, when you used to collect paychecks, right? Would you ever say no to a paycheck that came without having to do any extra work, but it maybe was, I don't know, half of what you got on your first paycheck?
And I didn't have to do no work?
Right.
Oh, sign me up. I'm there.
And then would you say no to a third paycheck showing up that was probably 3/4 of much as your second one? Would you say no to it?
And I didn't do no work? Sign me up. Where do we sign?
You're leveraging the same products and distributors. Every distributor or manufacturer will have limitations based on what marketplace, because they know I demand exclusivity when we do this. So but I also know the manufacturers say, okay, we don't want this advertised on Amazon, or we don't want this advertised on eBay, but you can do it on Amazon and Walmart, or whatever that situation is. So we follow all of that, but you're populating and leveraging the same distributors that we gained for you for your first store, and you're duplicating it to another storefront. So you have a little franchise and to another storefront, right? Every single marketplace has a specific core group of customers. It's not to say that they never go into the same store. What's your favorite grocery store that you or your wife shopped at?
For now, it's King Supers at this point.
All right.
Yeah.
So, but have you actually went to other supermarkets before too?
Oh, yeah.
You do.
I came up in New Orleans where we had Winn-Dixie, we had Ragusa,
Right.
we had everything else, Albertsons, Savor Center, all the other good stuff. But yeah, it was
familiar with your local one, right? And so that's like your safe space. It's the same thing as e-commerce on marketplaces. They're going to get their safe space. That's their go-to. It's not to say that they don't necessarily look at the other ones, but their primary spend is on one specific marketplace. Well, that's true for eBay. That's true for Walmart. And that's true for Amazon. So Amazon has the biggest market share right now, but eBay is number 3rd and Walmart's not too far behind it.
TikTok's coming too.
Yeah, TikTok Shop's a big one.
TikTok Shop. Now hold on.
Now we do beta testing in some of these.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know. I'm like, hold on. You guys are in the TikTok Shop too as well at this point?
No.
Not yet.
Not yet. Maybe someday.
So talk to us by being all in these different spaces as an accredited investor looking from the outside in.
Yeah.
What assurity does that have that a market may not be too saturated, that we may continue to keep scaling up, or will I ever have a dip or something that I may have to go ahead and kind of wash my hands with the business?
Sure. So the biggest thing with this is, number one, it's a business. Do you have ups and downs? Yes, but there's a lot of consistency, specifically with e-commerce, because we stick with consumables, we stick with products that are not super high in returns. I really stay away from fashion and jewelry for those reasons. Not that I don't love them, but honestly, you make the most money off products that are not sexy at all, and you don't really think a lot about them, right? Because it's things that you need, and so it's there. But we do a lot in the outdoor space. We do a lot in the sporting goods. We do a lot in the pet space. There are some electronics that don't have a high return that we stay in, and a lot of home things that you wouldn't really think would be out there, like a sewing machine. But they
Wow.
sell really well, even in today's economy and market.
Sewing machines, hold on, back that up. Sewing machines sell well for you guys.
We have
Shocking.
four different kinds of sewing machines that we sell. Yeah.
Wow. Is it like the younger generation or the older generation? Like some.
It's a mix. It's a
Okay.
very high mix. Yes. Yeah, it's a very high mix.
Wow. I wouldn't have never expected.
A lot of things you learn though that it shocks you. Some of the things that sell that you just think, I don't understand.
Hey, there's still a need for it. I mean, if you have a niece or not one of, I don't know, is one of your daughters, are they
My daughter is my oldest daughter. She loves to sew. She's a crafty girl like that. We got her a sewing machine, and she's like, Dad, I love it. And that's her. She loves doing that.
And she needs different sewing machines depending on what project she's working on.
And you're 100% right. I didn't know nothing about that. I thought a sewing machine was a sewing machine. That's it, But
then a TV is a TV, or a car is a car.
Right. And it's not, the car is not a car. We already know that. But what has been like some of the most appalling things or shocking things that you guys see that sells all the time that you guys are like, wow, I can't believe this is selling like this outside of sewing machines?
Oh gosh. There's a lot of supplements that sell really, really well. Hockey pucks was probably my. Now I raised two boys, and I did football with them. I did baseball, that kind of stuff. But that was kind of my limit. Like I didn't venture out too much. But hockey pucks we sell by the droves.
Street hockey pucks.
Off ice.
Really?
Yeah, droves.
Is that like a worldwide thing or just like a regional thing? Let me know. I want to know. Like,
it's everywhere, at least in the U.S.
It is everywhere. And here's one of the great things about that particular product, and a lot of other ones is, so specifically Amazon, because the other two marketplaces don't have the ability or technology yet, but they will market your products even before you ship them to another country. So like Canada is super heavy in hockey, right?
Yeah.
Detroit, we have our Red Wings, but Canada has a lot of hockey teams because it's a cold country.
Yeah.
I love the country, but its weather is a little chillier. And so they marketed that, and Amazon's, kept after the client. And I'm like, okay, I think we're at a point where it could make money. Let's go ahead and sign up. I will help you with your customs through Canada. We will get you set up with your HST and GST taxes. Here's the forms you got to fill out. You can do it all right through UPS. Boom, you're done. And then you're selling on a whole new marketplace to a whole nother country that you didn't obviously, know was even, you didn't have to spend money to figure out that they wanted your product.
Wow. I like that. I really think that the concept of y'all being able to know what the consumer wants out there and being able to provide that service is there for you guys to have a market cash flow space. And that's what we want to see. Or even somebody from the outside looking in is like, hey, man, if I really wanted to partner with you guys today or tomorrow, what should I look for? What will be in my store? Can I look at the store or anything else like that? Are those some of the questions that you get from accredited investors who really decide to want to partner with you guys?
One of the biggest ones that we'll get, and it's, it kind of goes with your saturation piece. It's like, well, how, what's the limit? Like how much, what is the top that you've ever spent or done anything like that? Well, what is your budget? Like, how much do you want to make? Do you want a $10,000 a month return? Do you want a $50,000? Do you want a $500,000 a month return? Because I can't tell you what your limit could be unless you tell me what you want to make. So then I'll do the quick calculations and tell you what it's going to cost in order to come to that. But there isn't a limit. And clients are half of our business. The other half is brands and distributors and manufacturers. because
Wow.
we have to attract both to be able to leverage those brands and those products to serve our clients. And then we just make the connections, right? So you have introduced us to so many people because your network is massive. We do the same. It's just a little different. It's just a little different. So I need to have these relationships over here so that I can fulfill these relationships. They're happy because somebody's buying their products. These guys are happy because they're making money.
Yeah.
And so
that seems to be where a lot of people seem to fail, is they can't find where to source their product from. And so that's why when we went into our business, we thought we got to make this side happy, we have to build this side.
Yeah.
So when this side's strong, this side succeeds.
Wow. So you guys like figured that out? Was it just trial and error, or was something that you guys were able to see from a company standpoint before you guys launched into your home?
So it really, I mean, it's kind of common sense when you sit down and think about our business. There's two main drivers, right? I love my clients, but I love my distributors, manufacturers just as much, because without one, you can't have the other. And there was some really bad actors, I think, in every industry, and in our particular industry, COVID gave some bad people too much time on their hands, and so they would, oh, look at all this money and bringing on client, but they couldn't fulfill because they didn't do the other half of it. They didn't do the other side. And that's not out there. There's not an app that gives you distributors. There's not a software that can say, oh, you're approved for all these distributors. It's the work that this guy does to give me the data to go out, and then you're literally making a deal with them.
Now, there are some places that you can go that they have their set of distributors.
Sure.
But do you think you're going to get a good cost for that stuff?
That will get saturated.
Yeah.
It will get saturated.
And you know that's going to get saturated. That's why you guys move the way you guys move.
Yeah.
And I think that's so key for us out here who are saying to ourselves, like, man, you know what? We want to know more about it. We've seen a bad rep, or they may have known somebody that it didn't pan out well for them. But hearing you guys' story, why it doesn't pan out well, like, it makes sense. Like the light bulb comes on to a lot of us, right? So for someone out there who is saying to you, okay, I love what I'm hearing. I'm ready to go ahead and roll the dice. I'm ready to go ahead and jump into it. When you're saying you can make your own checks, what does that leverage usually looks like? When you're saying, hey, we're at 10,000 a month, or 20,000, or 50,000, or 100,000. What do we have to come in with? $2 million, $5 million,
Hey,
$100 million?
You can write me that check.
I go, okay, just let me know. Let me know where it's at. Where it's at.
Realistically, everybody has overhead. So I anticipate, and when my perfect client comes in and they know that because this is a business, I need them to make sure that they have at least 35 to 50,000 per marketplace for inventory spend in the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. And I also set out those same expectations to say, I have most of our clients, they're not trying to take profit from day one, meaning that they're going to take it out of the business, but they continue to put that back into the inventory so that it grows. And then let's say after 3 months, instead of 35 or 50, now they've got, like say 50 to 75. Yeah. That's a great improvement, right? And yes, as a business owner, you should always, always, always take profit out of your business. Yes. Okay. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but you also want to make sure that you're growing it. So after you've got a cash flowing entity that is leverageable on your balance sheet, and a bank or credit union or financial institution will do that, hey, go and get some business credit and then get some fresh cash. Then you can take your profit and leverage that, and then let that pay as a business expense for the business. And then you grow it that way. But that is the minimum. And the reason that's a minimum is, as a client, I'm not the least expensive and we're not the most expensive, but I can tell you that we do spend a lot of time and energy. And for us, the most expensive is the launch of any store. Yeah. That's our most expensive event. I love it when clients are there 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, because that's when I get my real paycheck. But, and they have to know that profitability, because there's an upfront fee, right? We have onboarding fees and we have a split for profit. We don't split that on a monthly basis. because we're a partner with our clients. We bill them on a quarterly basis because they need to be able to have that cash flow that they can leverage for 3 months. And then, then we give them a full accountability and recording of every single order and line item that went through their store, and reconcile their inventory and say, okay, here's our profit split. That's our paycheck. We get a quarterly paycheck from clients.
Wow. I mean, I think that's amazing, because I think that so many people have had the opposite side, or hearing the horror stories. They don't know what it looks like to see a successful business like you guys are running. That's really a really legitimate white glove service business. A lot of people don't see that, because most of the time it has been the stories of, hey, we've had a business, or know somebody who had an e-com business. E-com business didn't do well. They're stuck, racked up with a whole lot of credit card debt and all of this stuff, and they can't get out of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You guys have actually like cracked the code, and actually are really seeing the opposite side, that no, you can have a profitable e-commerce store.
Yes.
We take the headache out of that. Now, is there anything special that a person needs to do outside of saying, hey, I got to have this 35 to 55? Is there any other leverage capital that they need to go ahead and push towards the inventory so you guys can actually buy it?
That is the minimum for inventory. And that's not all spent at once, right? And so that's kind of the beauty, because number one, I can scale your store right out of the gate, doing 100 grand in sales, but you'll get shut down. And I don't want to get shut down. So there's kind of what we call ramp up period, right? And it's for everything. So if I come out of the gate and we're selling, cats and dogs by the thousands and millions, we're going to have a problem. So we're going to do about 35 to 50,000 sales for the first 30 days after you've been connected. And I say that because it takes a couple of weeks to do the back end work, because those distributors and manufacturers have to be absolutely real time connected to your store. So that line of communication, those lines of communication have to be set up, tested, tried, and retested, so that we can make sure that every single one is done, right? Once you're live, we're going to ramp you up in sales. So you do 35, 50 the first 30 days after you launch. You do 50 to 75 the next. And I'm assuming that your inventory is following this, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then by the time you're at 3 months, you're easily at $100,000 in sales. All of those gross sales are deposited into the client's business account.
Not you guys' business account.
Right. Clients. And those deposits happen every 14 days. So according
So you mean to tell me I get a paycheck every 2 weeks? Stop playing.
And Amazon and Walmart does that. Okay. Your first one for Amazon can take up to 30 days, but traditionally it's every 2 weeks after that. eBay's, daily, weekly. It's not as big. And each platform scales a little differently. So we have to accommodate for that. Depending on, if you come to us with an age store, I can scale it a much faster versus, and there's nothing wrong with a new store. Let me be clear. Versus, paying for an age store, but it is an asset. And so there's a huge market for people that are out there that buy age stores specifically for those reasons and for those distributor agreements. eBay has
age store means what for the people out there who may not understand?
Absolutely. So what's a bottle of aged wine? It's been sitting around for a minute, right?
Yeah.
Set up in the 1950s, 70s, whatever, or sometimes you're looking at 1990s and it's 2024. Same concept, right? So stores that were actually opened and running, not just opened, but opened and running for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. That is an actual asset that you can get appraised and you can have set up for sale just like you would any piece of real estate, because it's a digital real estate asset.
So I had one of my clients, or our clients from overseas. So we started his store from scratch, and he was selling his own products.
He's a manufacturer.
So he says to me one day, he says, Jeremiah, how much can I get for my store? I'm just curious. He says, somebody's been talking to me about it. They want to take my store. So I looked at it, and I can't remember exactly, but it was $300,000 or $400,000 that he could sell that store for. And he says, I'm not selling the store.
See, he's thinking that it's pennies on the dollar because you're thinking, it's a business, right? Okay, well, it's just a store, right? But it actually is growing, like you guys said.
It's not a brick and mortar, but it's still a very valuable asset.
It's valuable, and you got to say it's valuable if you do things right.
Yeah, your metrics have to be good. Your store has to be, it has to be well kept. Just like everything that you look for in a real piece of real estate, you have to look for those same qualities in your digital real estate.
Wow. Now, is there ever any times where you guys run across the flip side of that, where you guys run across the bad side of where a store hasn't been taken care of, or the store is locked out, or the store shut down? How do you guys deal with that? And are you able to help that client out as well?
Oh, yes, you do. So if you go into a store, let's say you bought a home and it was, on the market block at the tax, outlet there for you. You picked it up for 20,000 and hadn't been touched for a couple of months. And you got to go in and do a clean out on it. Same thing. You have to do appeals. You have to, instead of repainting, you're going to be cleaning up all of the miscommunication that they didn't have with their clients and customers. Then you have to prove yourself through appeals, depending on what marketplace it's on, to say, I'm going to do a better job this time. And those appeals have to be written in a very strict manner. It cannot just be this thrown together wine letter. It has to be curated identically to the way that they demand you to. It's almost more difficult than I would say the federal appeals court of any state or any country.
You can't just chat GPT it.
No, that is not going to work. No. I mean, there might be one-offs where that works fine, but for the most part, I mean, you have to put the work into it, and you have to know what you're saying and how to get it across and be complete in your argument and cover every point of it. But yeah, you have to do it. You have to do the cosmetics, and you have, through appeals, you have to get into the real problems that was wrong with the store, the operationally, and they not just operationally on the store, but they want to know how your business operates. So you have to know who is going to be in charge of what, names, contact information, and all of that. You have to be an open book and transparent about it if you're going to ask that marketplace to trust you again with their clients.
Yeah. And I think that that's so important, because I think that there's people who have been wronged by other companies, other entities, and may have ran into problems because they were not running them stores.
Yeah.
They had other people running them stores, and they got into that problem. And they're probably out there looking for help and said, hey, JJC, could we come to you guys to help us out? And your response would be simply, yeah, we can help you out.
We would, but I got to see what's under the hood. I got to see if it's something I can.
The part that I hear the most from other companies, and there's some good ones, but is they take an onboarding fee and then you don't hear from them again. We've had people come to us that have had their stores for 2 years and not have any product in them.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's scary, and so you really got to trust people. And I think you get that from, having a conversation and figuring out somebody knows what they're talking about.
And what does it look like afterwards, right? I mean, we have people that work for us. But at the end of the day, I need them to be confident that they're going to take care of the clients and the distributors, manufacturers, just like we would. Because if you're interfacing, you're acting on our behalf, I need you to take that seriously and make sure that you're conducting yourself in the same manner that we would.
Yeah.
And if I have a bracelet that says, what would Jeremiah say? I'm
yeah. And that's what I think we all are trying to figure out. Like, is there any good ways that someone could ever bounce back from actually having a negative experience with their digital real estate asset? And then what does that actually look like? What does that go into entail? And could you guys be able to help? So you guys do like consultation as well. It's not just setting up the stores as well. Talk to us about that side as well.
So there are some things that it's very, very difficult to come back from. Mm-hmm. And so that's why each situation is different. Most things you can come back from, but there are stuff, you're doing things illegally, or a lot of times there is no coming back from that.
But at the same time, we are very honest with them. If it's something I can't fix and that motor's blown, like, I'm not going to try to say, oh, I'm going to fix it and get some duct tape out.
Yeah.
That's not.
We'll say what we recommend them doing, and maybe,
or connect them with somebody who that's their specialty in, right, to be able to help them. But not everything is cookie cutter. I mean, we've definitely automated a lot of processes for internally, as well as some interactions. But at
Okay.
the end of the day, you're still individuals and humans
Yeah.
that are, wanting to become our clients or need some advice. So I have to look at your situation and we have to understand, okay, what exactly happened. And it doesn't take that, it doesn't take that long to realize, hey, this just needs a tune up, or maybe this is a lot more, we got to take the chassis out and really have a problem. So
You got to put some real work into it, right? And I think that that's what we kind of all want to hear. Like, what does that look like? And have you guys ever did that? And the expertise level seems like you guys have covered that on every level, from being able to start a store, or being able to solve problems, or be able to scale stores even higher.
in the industry, we better be able to do something.
And it changes every day. It
It
does.
does.
Yeah. Now, do you guys, does that because it changes every day, does that give you guys a thrill of knowing that it changes every day, or is it more of a headache at this point that it changes every day because you guys are constantly learning?
It depends. There's always good changes and then there's some bad changes that happen. So, and you just sit back and be like, what the heck? Well, who would have thought of this? Like, why would they do that? But I mean, it's business. I mean, you can't control everything. And specifically in a marketplace industry, it's same as back in the day when they had strip malls, right? If you're
Yeah.
renting and leasing space from a strip mall, you got to play by their rules and you got to keep things clean and do things how they want them to be done. Same thing as a marketplace. Exact same thing as a marketplace.
Wow. Wow. See, I like that. So you guys are almost like, not just the brand, but you guys are almost like the official team, like the legal team as well, and all of this other stuff. Now, what are the things that people may need to see that they may not know once they actually come to you guys that they may need to have in place? Is there a business, an LLC, a corporation? What do they need to have in place if they're ready to start today?
So they definitely need to have a corporation. I don't care if it's an LLC, S corp, C corp, whatever it is. That's totally up to you and how you want to run your taxes. Because this is a business. There's no crying in business, and you have to set it up like a business. You need a business bank account. I highly recommend having a business credit card. You don't have to, but for sure a business bank account. For sure a company. You have to have an EIN, preferably a DUNS number, which is a free thing that you can go and get as soon as your company is opened. But you don't, again, DUNS number is not required. You're going to want to have a resale certificate from the state to wherever your corporation was formed in. You're going to need an address. You're going to need an email address. You're going to need, a phone number. So nothing crazy. You're going to have your driver's license or your passport to open up on any one of the marketplaces. And you're going to have to hold it up on a video and bend it and turn it both ways and smile, even though they don't say anything. But no, and that's it. Like that part of it is super simple. If you need help, you don't know how to set up a corporation, I got connections to be able to refer you to and do that. If you need some advice on, hey, I'd like to do some business funding, or I can't do business funding right now, but I'd like to see what I can do in a personal funding. I've got some referral people that I know take care of the people just like I do, and they have that same experience, and it's a win-win. We're going to stay in my lane, but I've got networks that we have put in place over the years to be able to assist with that. I don't do taxes though.
Well, it sounds like y'all a full package though, outside of not doing taxes. Like, this is really a one-stop shop where someone could say, hey, I don't know a thing about business. I've got a little liquidity, or maybe I'm in another profession and I really would like to park this and maybe do it for, my mother or my wife or my daughter or my son or whoever. They can actually come to you guys and you guys can set that up for them.
Yes. And most, I should say 100% of our clients, and 100% I think that clients will be coming, they're not doing this because this is their life passion to sell products. They're doing this because they have a career, they're an entrepreneur, they have a passion that they're working on, but they want to have another business. It's all it is. You're buying another business, but we're going to start it from scratch for you. And you're hiring us to be your manager. You maintain and always will remain to obtain all of your personal credentials. Like you have primary access. We have child access. because that's the way that it should be. Like, I'm not, would you let somebody into your business bank account that shouldn't be there? No.
Heck no. Somebody is, I don't want to even get started with what would happen. But yeah, it wouldn't be good for them at all. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Right.
I wouldn't want to do that. But to hear you guys is trusted on that, on you guys' side, I'm willing to do that. Now, for someone out there, because I was literally doing the numbers. You know, me, you, and Jeremiah, we can talk doing numbers all day long, right?
Yep.
And you're saying business can start monthly at $10,000. Was that correct? Did I hear that correctly?
So we have two guarantees, because I cannot control the wind or the sun or the shine, but I can get two guarantees. Number one, you will cash flow within the first 60 days.
Okay.
Number two, you will cash flow as much as $10,000 in the first 90 days. Or I will
Okay.
pay you $10,000. And if I have to do that, this man's going to get very mad at me.
That's why I don't have any hair, Lambo.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I want to make sure, like, people are hearing it. Like, hey, we're all hearing it out here, right?
Yeah.
So you, it's like almost the guarantee. Hey, I understand this part. Can't guarantee that, but I can tell you this part.
Those things are within my control. Now,
Right.
I will say that is assuming that your business is already set up, your corporation, you have a business checking account. I don't need to do that kind of stuff. Not that I don't mind doing it. I'm just saying that, you know, in order to meet those things, I do have to have those things set up.
Right? That's
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So in revenue, if somebody comes to you, they got cash, they're ready to go, business set up, ready to go. They've got $100,000 ready to play. Is there a possibility that business already from year one is a six-figure business?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Really?
Yes.
pretty easily.
Pretty easily. Somebody already said, hey, I've got an Amex card here. I've got a Visa card here. Hey, we put this money together. We've got a lawsuit or whatever the case may be. I sold a property, sold a house, got an investment back from something. Easily they're cash flowing at six figures at that point.
And that's the one thing we were talking about capital a little bit earlier. Capital doesn't necessarily mean money in the bank.
No.
We're saying credit cards. So
yes,
$25,000, $50,000 in credit cards. And if you don't have that, we do have resources. Lambo does that.
Yeah.
What you got to do to get where you want to be.
Yes.
So someone could come in here, not even have the cash, but have access to credit, and they're able to start a profitable business.
Yes.
Selling.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, I think that opens the spectrum to so many people who may have said, you know what, I'm scared to use this. I don't know. Should I use this? I got people I know who they go get credit cards and they just shelf the credit cards. They don't use them, don't do anything. The limits are through the roof. They got them just sitting there waiting to probably get cut one of these days because they're going to cut the limits for you not spending. And they can actually reach out to you guys and automatically be literally having almost a six-figure business to start if they got the availability of capital like that.
Yes. Yes. And here's the thing, you're getting paid and deposited cash flow, gross sales minus marketplace fees every 14 days. So if you come to me and you've got 35,000, after we've got you cash flowing, I want to caveat that. After we have cash flowing first couple of months, I can turn that twice. So I'm turning that 35 into 70. If you come to us with 50, I'm going to turn it twice after you've been cash flowing but here's my expectation. You're going to take that first deposit and you're going to pay that down if you're going to let me spread it.
Yeah.
So that I can.
Yeah, we've seen some people get that 35 and say, oh, I got $35,000.
Yeah.
You got to pay back your credit card.
Yeah.
Dude, I need to do this again tomorrow. Okay. I don't go to sleep. But.
Okay. Amazing. See, that's what I wanted to hear. So realistically, the number, it's 35,000 for you guys' fee, right? But then also having to have enough capital to actually get into the store. So that number may be about another 35, 50,000 or 70,000.
Correct. That's for a single marketplace. Yep. If you want to do the triple, you want to do a triple header, then you got to do, it's 55 onboarding. Same 80-20 split for that.
Same 80-20 split. And maybe about another, 50 to 100,000 of more capital.
Right.
Back.
Again, right. And there's a little bit of leeway because, like I said, eBay has it takes a little bit longer because you have listing requirements. You're only allowed so many listings. So
Yeah.
I'm going to have you call in once a month and get your listing limits raised, and so that we can get enough products in your store and make that cash flowing as well, and so on.
So it sounds to me that if someone really wanted to actually start a business and actually really wanted to make millions, they possibly could make millions with you guys, especially being able to put the right products in the store.
Yes. That's going to take me, a little bit longer than the first 12 months, but yes, it's easily doable.
That's fine. Listen, let me say this to you. Those who are out there who have not ever seen that, because I get it. We're living in a society where most people have not really seen this type of system really work out because they haven't really ran across the right people who could do it, first off.
Yeah.
But then to run across that, let's say, hey, 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the line, they're making millions in their stores and they're able to do that. Can they open up more stores or give out other stores to family members or friends and anything to kind of give them the help, and allow their journey and their wealth to really take off?
Yeah. It's separate companies. So everybody has the same, Amazon has the toughest terms of service than any of the marketplaces, but as long as you don't have competing inventory, because you don't want price fixing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have individual companies that own that. Specifically, you need to have separate EIN, separate addresses, separate IP addresses for logging in.
And their permission. So you always ask permission.
You do always ask marketplace permission before you open up the second store. Yes.
Okay.
Because you have to have a valid reason for doing it. And that would be, hey, I'm going to launch a new line that's going to be specific in this and not include these, inventory products.
So the valid reason cannot be, hey, I made $1 million last year. I want to make another $1 million this year. You can't do that. You mean to tell me I can't do that?
They would say use the same store.
Oh my goodness. I know Isidro is probably getting ready to hate me for this one. But Isidro is already getting ready to sign over some family members so he can have 3 to 4 different more stores outside of this, right? He can't.
I was so happy for him. He's a great guy.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, if somebody, he will sign over his children. Like, I need another store. just so I can go ahead and grow this wealth, because I really think that most of us, right, we have been looking for things and we've ran into a lot of failed businesses and a lot of failed projects and stuff not failing. To actually finally meet someone who is doing this and actually can take the work out for us, and you guys are able to put that on what you guys are doing, I think that's remarkable, but I also think that that's commendable for what you guys have actually done to help change lives for people.
One thing I do tell people, thank you, Lambo, by the way.
Yeah.
One thing I tell people is you should have multiple streams of income, whether it's going to be a store or something else. Don't put all your eggs in one basket because you never know what can happen.
Yep. Yeah. And you guys have seen that on your guys' side. I'm sorry, Julie, go ahead.
No, I was saying that, in this economy, you always have to have, commerce always finds a way. I don't care if it's wartime. I don't care if it's peacetime. I don't care if it's good economy or bad economy. Commerce happens because humans need products.
Yeah.
And COVID did nothing but just expedite the process and say, you have to go online. You have to purchase, through this. And I don't think Amazon complained about it. They had pretty significant, uptick in their sales. Neither did eBay or Walmart. Facebook Marketplace was selling toilet paper during COVID for like $50 a bundle.
I was out there buying $50 toilet paper out there. I'm not lying to you. I remember, this is the God honest truth. I'm in my last year before I retired that year. COVID hit 2020. Mm-hmm. And I get to the end of my line on a bus. And I never forget it. I walk into the carryout that's downtown in Minneapolis at the time. And I'm looking at everybody. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is going crazy. This is phenomenal. There's a big thing of toilet paper on the ground. It's the last thing of Scotch toilet paper. It's about 36 in there. You guys know that big old bag bundle that you get from Sam's Club or Costco's or BJ's. And I tell you what, I'm sitting in there and I seen the guy say, yeah, we sold out all the toilet paper. This is the last thing I have. They had two people guarding the toilet paper, standing around it. I remember walking in there and I was just like, yo, y'all got toilet paper? We went to a few stores earlier today and the day before. Couldn't find none. Yeah, but this is it. This is all we got. Two men guarding a 36 thing of toilet paper. My wife can tell you this. I lie not to you. I remember I went in there and I said, give me that toilet paper right there. How much is that toilet paper? The guy charged me $75.
Wow.
Oh,
$75.
Lord.
At the time, remember, Lambo
Supply
was,
and demand, baby. Supply and demand.
hey, it is what it is. I went in there, I'm already making it. Hey, we need this. When the guy looked at me, and they see me all the time, like, Drew, you really getting ready to pay $75? Hey, give me this toilet paper. I'm going this for my life around here. I remember buying that $75 toilet paper for 36 rolls. Now, that probably was the craziest thing. But I'm like, yo, my family getting ready to go ahead and be provided for. I'm not even worried about it at this point. We need to wipe our tails, and I'm not able to be going around here to the stores that sell all the toilet paper because we can't wipe our tails. I lie not to you. I grabbed that toilet paper, paid him the $75. The dude said, if you ever need more toilet paper, I said, oh, that's the one and done. Don't worry about it. I'll find more toilet paper way cheaper than this. Grabbed it, brought it out, put it behind my seat on the bus. People were getting on the bus, looking over my seat, seeing a big old thing of toilet paper, and I almost got into a fist fight over toilet.
I bet it was rough out there. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you all this right now. Hey, it is what it is. You know, when that supply is there and you guys are there and the demand is there, people are going to purchase. And I think that has to say the same thing about what JJC is. The demand is there. The supply is there. You guys have proven track record. You guys have made multi-millions in this space for companies and yourselves. And now you're helping other people, man, make those same decisions on autopilot so that they can go ahead and leave a lifestyle for their family. Mm-hmm. That, my friend, deserves the fullest, highest salute from Lambo. We appreciate y'all, JJC. Thank y'all. Thank y'all, man. Listen, if you could tell the people out there, because we got so many comments in here, I just missed it. Ahmad said, they say the most important decision you ever make in life is the person you choose to be with, to do life with.
Yes.
100% Ahmad for that. Appreciate you for that, man. PC says, amen. My wife says, P, showing love. Julie, you are so right. Now it's all about the dollar and not the customer service.
Yep.
It's true.
My cousin's right. This is so true. They treat everyone like they're a family. They do. They do. They even treat it and everything, man. You know, shout out to the high-level bosses, man. He came in there and they treated him like, oh, my goodness, it was beautiful. He came back out there delivering shirts late at night to go ahead and make sure they got their shirts. So shout out to Don.
Yeah, we love Don. He's a good guy.
Don's a great guy, man. Julie is an Amazon algorithm queen, Ahmad says. Yes, that is her. She is definitely part of that. LA Law says she is. I love it with the fire. Yes, 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 love it. Ahmad Grant says, man, whoa, it's a win-win. You gotta love these comments, man. They was in here. Lambo was in here, just letting them just pour up, man. LA with the fire, with the wow and the head blown emoji. LA said Jeremiah, the automation king. Yes, he is. He is killing it out here, man. Well, I never knew about a sewing machine or hockey. That blew my mind too, LA. I didn't think that was two hot commodities out there. Issa Sidro, man, with the fire emoji. LA Law laughing, man. I love all this stuff. Look, he's saying deuces to his kids. That's what he said. He will put his kids up for sale.
He's so gonna get you.
It is what it is, man. I'm trying to tell y'all this right now. I really want to make sure that everybody understands like the necessary. But my wife says, I see, I feel you. My wife will throw away, she'll write our kids off too, man, if it's like that. Like, oh, JJC or y'all, oh, you about grown enough anyway. Here, let's go, JJC. Take this.
Yeah.
My wife says $75. Yeah, you had to call me to come meet you to get it. I did. I called my wife to come meet me at the end of my line to come get that toilet paper. I told her, come get this toilet
It's
paper.
not safe. It would not have been safe for you to
It was
finish
not,
that.
I'm serious. It was like literally fist fights.
Mhm.
Lambo was about to get into on a bus for
Us
purchasing
humans
toilet
got real crazy during that time,
Yeah.
right?
Oh man, it was some end of the world type stuff going on.
Ooh.
My
Yeah.
wife showing JJC some love. You already know, man. Kenoa, I hate to say it's a great show. Thank you, JJC, man. Kenoa with the fire emojis. You already know. Listen, you guys have spilled so much out to us today. Opened up so much, way longer than any other podcast I think you guys have went on to. We're coming up on this 2-hour mark. You already know. And time flies when you're with Lambo, but hearing your story, hearing your journey is amazing. You know, tell the people how they can go on ahead and get in contact with you guys in case someone definitely wants to go to that next level.
Absolutely. So you can reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram, IG threads, on our website, www.jjcunlimited.com. There's an 800 number, 1-800-812-5121. So definitely you can text Lambo at his number that's down at the bottom of the screen usually. And he would put you in touch with us. But the website is probably the easiest, but you can catch us on, like I said, Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
We do have a YouTube channel that's out there, but we don't, it's just hosting content right at the moment.
Yeah.
We're not at your level yet, Lambo. Maybe someday.
Ever. I do
Someday.
not even want to hear that now. Y'all better stop it, man. So this is it right here on the screen, www.jjcunlimited.com, right?
Yes, that is
Yeah.
correct. That is
But I want the people to also go follow you guys on IG as well. Go follow Julie Crafton, or is it
Julianne.
Crafton?
No E in the name.
Oh.
Remember?
No E in the name. Don't put no E in that name, because I don't want you guys to go on ahead, man, and be looking all foolishly and funny out there. So listen, I'm tell you this right now. You can go follow them here, and I will make sure we put them both right here, because you guys need this, especially in this space. You guys know how big this space is when it comes to this social media, right?
Oh, it's
Did we find
huge.
that out?
It's
Did we
huge.
find that out? Some other people don't think that it's huge, but we done found that out real quick. Huh?
It's huge.
It's huge.
And it's a lot of work. A lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of work, man. That's why we shout out to the team for them
LA and Ahmad, yes.
LA and them, man, for taking care of that, man, and really doing some amazing things. LA and Ahmad have just been amazing. I can't thank them enough for just what they have done. Go follow them again on IG and on Facebook, you guys, right here at Julianne Crafton and Jeremiah Crafton. I'm trying to tell y'all this right now. They are killing the game, and I really want you guys to be a part of this. You guys can, again, send them a DM, send them a message. You guys can go right there to the website or go right there to their Instagram or Facebook. Send them a private message and really go ahead and get a hold of them as well. Is there any more information you guys want to put on there?
The only thing I wanted to say to the audience is, if you think you can't afford something, whether it's the e-commerce store or something else, don't let that stop you. Reach out, talk with, if it's about an e-commerce store, talk to us. If it's about something else, as far as like funding, talk with Lambo or somebody. Don't let what you're thinking stop you from bettering yourself.
Yeah, 100%. I appreciate you for that. Like, you don't even understand that. We've, and I'm going to say this to you. I've had people who have come to Lambo and they did not have one dime at all to come to Lambo and says, Lambo, man, we don't have a dime. We don't know where we're going to go. We don't know where we're going to start. We don't know where we're going to begin at. And I said, hey, let's take a look over some things, right? And after they met with me, they took a look over some things. I sent them out directly to my team. Like, Lambo doesn't have to get all in your business. I send you out to my team. My team takes care of what they take care of back. And then they were able to reach back out to Julie and Jeremiah and actually get into starting their own store. That is one of the greatest accomplishments that I can ever see. A person that is asking, like, could that be possible? And they're saying to themselves, like, I don't think I have the capital. I really don't think I have that sitting around. I don't know anybody who may have that. And then all of a sudden, they're able to say, man, let me just reach out. One conversation with a special somebody. I won't say who it is. You guys know who it is. With a special somebody was able to turn around, get the funding that they need, and start the store that they needed to start. That individual cried nonstop to Lambo the day that they got the funding and the day that they reached out to you guys and started the store. You just changed that individual's whole life because you guys were there and right there able to help them out. I really want to thank you guys, JJC, for giving us a lifeline, for giving Lambo a lifeline, for giving the Leverage Show a lifeline, for giving all of the people around the world that you guys are partnered with right now a lifeline that's helping changing their families, helping changing their wealth. Thank you, JJC.
Thank you.
Thank you, because that's better than the income that anything comes in, is being able to help people and do blessings and be a blessing to some, because, you always want everybody to have a good day. You do. And not just a good day, but a good day every day. And you can have some clouds that come in the way, but you got to know that there's sunshine right behind those clouds. So it happens.
I was getting ready to ask for a closing, but that right there, oh my goodness, right there. That's coming with the Kobe Bryant. Kobe, that is what I'm talking about. I am literally here for it. I am literally ecstatic for it because you guys don't know how big that means to Lambo and really how big that means to this community. And knowing that we have JJC's full support, Julie and Jeremiah, I'm trying to tell y'all this right now. It is truly an amazing and a breath of fresh air to be able to not just know you guys as friends, but to know that you're there helping change the lives of so many people out here. Thank you, JJC. Job well done.
Thank you. Thank you, Leverage Show family, for watching us and entertaining us and keeping us up. Yes, that too.
No, I listen, I think that we had so many layers with this that they needed to understand where this was at. They needed to understand the journey where you guys started, the love story. Most of us, we loved hearing the love story. I'm trying to tell y'all this right now. That story is beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
So hearing that story, you got a chance to know and see the heart and see the love and see why you guys care so much about the clients with the business, because it is a relationship thing that you guys bring to the table. And it's truly a breath of fresh air. I'm telling you, I could not say that anymore. It's a breath of fresh air being out here. Lambo deals with a lot of people in business throughout the week, and a lot of them are straight buttheads, straight up. I'm gonna just be straight up real with you. They're jerks, they're buttheads, and they're not always so easily to definitely do business with. JJC, y'all have just touched Lambo in a special way. And I told y'all that. Y'all got Lambo 110% trust with y'all.
You have us as well.
Yeah. And we thank you for y'all.
So Lambo, I've told you this before. You're one of the few people that if I'm having a bad day, I can talk with Lambo and I'm right back up there.
Yeah.
Well, relationships, you need somebody to talk to that's gonna, make you think nothing's that bad.
It's not.
Yeah. Well, it ain't that bad, especially I'm here to say this, man. It's not that bad, especially when you're out here and you're really helping change your lives. There's been so many people who've been asking. And shout out to Bandman Kevo in the wonderful, wonderful show. If you guys have not seen it yet, it's like over 320,000 views on his show. And there's been so many people who I have been asking or who have went and watched it and came back. Lambo, do you know who this is? And I'm just like, yeah, there are some amazing, amazing people. This couple will help you out. I promise you, they will make sure they take care of you. And there have been people who are ready to go ahead and rock with you guys. One of the biggest thing that I wanted to say, because I can talk so much about you guys and brag on y'all guys so much, it's not even funny. But one of the most amazing things that really, drew me to you guys even more was the ability that you guys were saying, hey, we're here to help people. We're here to help people. That's our mission, is to help people. And you guys even, shout out to Mom Dukes. I know she's watching you guys. She's in the back, man. And I got to give her a special shout out. You say we set our mom up with a store, Lambo. And my mom is able to get residual income out here from us doing what we do every day anyway. Yeah. When I heard that, I said, how many more people would love to set their significant other or their mom or their dad or their family member or friend up with something to have residual income so that it can ease the burden off of them.
Yeah.
And to be able to do that, I just thought that that was the most generous thing that you could have ever did. The most heartfelt thing you could ever did was to be able to take care of your mother, Mom Dukes, like that, so she can get her spin on and her shine on. And
Yeah.
her
But she'll carry a big stick. So if you're not working for her, boy, woof, look out.
I'm telling you, Mama be getting her spin on out there. Shout out to Mama getting her spin on. And a lot of us don't think that way when we're thriving in business, we're doing very well. We don't think to set up, other family like that would actually have a cash flow and relieve a burden off of them. And when I see that, I'm just like, man, you guys don't know, man, what that done for Lambo. I touch Lambo in a different way because most people are not like you guys. And I'm telling you what I know. They're for themselves. They're greedy. I would love to say a different word. There's some greedy people. And they just are all about them. And they're not about the next person or really helping them out. And JJC, you guys bring a different light to this space. And I thank God for you.
Our parents take care of us for, 15, 16, 18 years. So we need to give something back to them. So.
Yeah. Well, hey, shout out to y'all. I already know, man. We got some great stuff because Mama's on the road. We're going to have Mama out there, man, with what's my one girl out there out front?
Oh, yeah. She's headed to California. Oh, Cecilia.
Cecilia. We're going to have Mama out there with Cecilia out there. Beating out there on the drums with Cecilia.
She's traveled with me literally around the world in the last 10 years.
Mama has.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Boy.
Especially if I can't go, then Mama goes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, she's flying to California with me tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you 100% right. Listen, there is, shout out to Mom Dukes doing that. Listen, they've actually got some serious work to do tonight, you guys, Leverage Your Family. I mean, there's a 50-piece that I love with J-Dog and my girl Julianne, that they are still celebrating birthdays. They still got a huge celebration to go ahead and go to. I'm excited about that because y'all don't even understand. This is Lambo. I'm excited about them celebrating the 50-piece for my girl Julianne Crafton and really enjoying life like this. I'm so thankful because Jeremiah gets his kicks off when he says, Lambo, we're still celebrating. And Lambo's like, he won't celebrate, man.
Got the Barry White on. And
I'm not talking to you.
You know we're going to do it out here. Thank you, PC. So much good information. Yes, it has been. LA Law says, we appreciate it, man. We appreciate you, LA Law. My baby says, yes, LA and Ahmad are amazing, great team. They're killing the game. Shout out to them and everything that they're doing, man. You guys, I'm telling you, you need a team. You need to definitely be riding with them. I'm coming for my store. No, my wife is really. No, don't worry about it. We'll talk about it. So don't even worry about it. Already know. You better preach.
I got you, Renata. I got you.
Yeah. You better preach, Julie. Yes. It's Sidra with the wonderful heart emoji. You already know. Ken Orsini says mic drop. Ken, you already know what time it is, man. Come on now. I love it with the what is that? Dynamite? Yes, that is dynamite, man. I was looking at that dynamite sticks or what? I had to make sure. We thank you guys for joining us tonight. Great job, JJC. #50. Listen, it ain't no. Have you guys ever heard of I'm gonna drop this real quick. Your third leg?
No.
You never heard of that? Your third leg. When you get a chance, go ahead and Google that when you get a chance to. And see if you guys can probably actually put that into your guys' business and as well. So let me know and everything, man, with your third leg, if you guys are definitely about that life, and send me know how that sounds is selling. Shout out to my guy Finesse, man, who definitely who was on Bam Man Kevel. If you're on the hand, you've seen that one, Your Third Leg, with my guy Finesse. Definitely doing this thing. Mighty E, appreciate you, man. Thank you for this. With the love as well, man, with the bell, you already know. Big Anthony Loach, talk about great show. We already know it's always a great show. I told y'all, make sure y'all definitely go tap in with my guy, Big Anthony DeLoach in general. Always showing love, man, right here on the Leverage Show. Appreciate you, man. PC say beautiful people. Yes, they are. They are so much beautiful people in a good night. Oh, they're going to have a great night tonight. You ain't got to worry about that. Sending love to Mo. You already know. Sending love to Mom and Randy. Yes, sending love to Mom and Randy. Listen, I love you guys, man. I hope you guys had an amazing time tonight. You guys are gonna be Lambo. We're gonna definitely enjoy this. Again, make sure you guys are definitely tapped into that. Get to the website, JJC Unlimited. Here we go. JJC, www.jjcunlimited.com. Please go follow them on both social medias, on Facebook as well as Instagram, Julianne Crafton and Jeremiah Crafton on Instagram and on Facebook. Go ahead and hit that tag. I hit that tag as well if you guys follow me on social media, to make sure that all you guys got to do is go click over there and tap into what they are doing. Definitely, I could not, again, thank you guys enough. Everybody tapping in and having JJC right here in the leadership. Appreciate you guys, man. We got work to do out, right?
Yes, sir.
My wonderful wife says, man, safe travels to you ladies all day long. You already know that. You and Mom Dukes out there traveling. Get y'all California on, man. Y'all get out there and enjoy some of that good sun and have a great time out there, man, as well. From the Leverage Show family to all of us, to JJC, thank you guys again for everyone tuning on. Everyone who definitely decides to reach out to them, definitely want to go ahead and start a business and do some amazing things. I promise you, you will not definitely regret it. You will love it. You will love it. You will love it. Will help change your life and help change your family's life if you're definitely looking to go ahead and start a business. Again, you already know where to reach them. DM them. Go ahead and jump into that wonderful DM for them and also the website as well. And go ahead and grab some information. There should be a number on the website that they can call to if they need to call to as well, so they can go ahead and reach out to you guys, because I'm telling you what, they are lighting it up. Listen, we got a couple of more podcasts that are going to be dropping from JJC. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all definitely, I'm talking about this week coming up and the next week and the next weeks after that. So you guys stay tuned. They are only getting geared up and definitely getting ready to go higher, and we are excited for them, man. So next time, man, I love you guys, man. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor having JJC Unlimited, Julie and Jeremiah Crafton, right here on the Leverage Show. We thank you guys. Again, every Tuesday and Thursday night, we go up 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. PST, right here on the station, man. We got my guy, BOJ, coming up Thursday. They don't want to miss that one. If you in crypto space, you better tap in. Guess what, y'all? Me and JJC and Unlimited, we love y'all, but we out of here. Good night, y'all. Later. 50 piece.